I teach artists how to market their paintings online. It is Amy from Amy Parker Art and founder of Creative Warriors. Hello, beautiful creative people. I'm so glad that you are here. We are going to get started in just a moment. Tonight we are doing paint night, step-by-step tutorial walkthrough on how to paint a beautiful ocean scene. It's gorgeous. It has a beautiful pastel-y sky with some birds and the ocean with some green and blues, the sand, a little bit of seaweed, and some flowers. So yeah, we've got a good paint night going on tonight. I'm just doing a couple techie things over here on the side. And if you guys can hear that strange noise, it's just my massage chair that I'm sitting in. Don't be jealous now. I have a bad back. You don't want that, do you? Okay. So, hello, Deb. Hello, Marcy. Thanks for being here. Can I just say, Marcy Telford, woo woo, I'm giving her a round of applause. OMG. She just sent me the most beautiful painting that she created, and it is freaking amazing. I mean, good job, Marcy. I'm proud of you, girl. And Marcy was a beginner painter when she started hanging out with me, and I mean, wow. I'm blown away. Blown away. And Deb, what is new with you? What is happening? What is going on? We're just going to let everyone roll in here. Just give me a moment. You're welcome, Marcy. You did a great job. And hopefully, I'm going to tell them what you did. They're beautiful, like puffy flowers with butterflies. And oh my gosh, it's amazing. Hopefully that's okay to say, Marcy. I know you're going to be giving it as a gift to someone, and I'm not going to say who, because I'm not going to ruin the surprise, but it is fabulous. Hello, Mom. Well, Mom, you'll probably see Estelle and Linda soon. I'm sure they'll come. They always do. They always do. I just started the live, so it will take a few minutes. Hey, if anyone is watching from the event, can you please let me know? Because you guys know I set up the event a little bit different. I just want to make sure it's streaming in both places. And we'll go over the supply list and everything in just a minute. But I do want to tell you guys that I have something super fun I'm going to do. You know how I turn the camera around and show you my face after we're done painting? Sometimes. Well, I'm going to do that tonight because my mom, who is so super awesome, and if you guys don't know, most of you do, my mom's Corrine. She's my biggest cheerleader. She's on here right now. And she sent me something for my birthday. And it's in a box, and I'm going to unbox it with you guys here right after we create this beautiful seascape. Deb says, just learning to paint, but learning every day with help from fun folks like you. Oh, that's awesome, Deb. I'm so happy to hear that. Yep, all you have to do is just keep practicing, right? You guys tell her, you just try new things. Katrina is new, and thank you so much, Katrina, for letting me know that you're watching from the event. Yay. Okay, we know it's working. Awesome, awesome. All right, so I'm going to switch over here. Oh, wait a second. I got a brain cramp. There's something I wanted to do for you guys. What the heck is... Oh, yeah. Give me a moment. I have to pin something in here for you if it's going to let me. I got to go find it. It's something that you guys will probably be very interested in. So let me just find it. In the meantime, go ahead and grab your water or your wine or your coffee, whatever you're drinking, so that we can all, just have a fun little paint night tonight. And be with each other virtually. I mean, isn't this awesome in this day and age how we can do that and we can just be together and have our little creative crew here? I am super thankful for that. Okay, let me just copy this, and I want to see if I can put this in here for you guys. Should see something pop up in a moment, and then I'm going to see if it will let me pin it for you. Let me see. Okay, so I just pinned the art business workshop that's going on right now. If you guys aren't, if you're on here and you're not in that yet, you definitely want to get in because it's super awesome. It is not painting. It is about what I do to help artists sell their paintings online. Basically anything creative. If you're a creative person and you want to start building a business online, I teach you how to do that organically. And the art business workshop that is going on right now is because it's a fun thing that we are doing, counting down the days to Creative Warriors opening for the first time, which will happen in 5 days. Oh my goodness. 5 days. All right. Now I just want to make sure. Oops. I don't know if I unpinned that. Did I? Remove the preview. Let me remove the preview. Get that out of the way. Sorry, I'm just doing some techie stuff. Hello, Lisa Marie. Thank you for being here. Lisa Marie is one of my business BFFs. Okie dokie, I know, 5 days, I'm super excited. All right, I'm going to stop blabbing. Mom, thank you for saying hi to Katrina and welcoming her. You are so great, Mom. I appreciate that. Okay, let me get over to my supply list, tell you what's going on. All right, so I'm using multimedia paper tonight. I'm using the Canson. Let me grab it and show you. I'm using the Canson oil and acrylic multimedia paper. I like this one a lot. It's very thick and it mimics canvas. So this is 11 by 14. You can paint on a canvas if you want, or multimedia paper, just like me. That's totally fine. All right, or you can paint on any surface that you want to paint on. It really doesn't matter. All right, so brushes, you know, sometimes I grab different brushes because I have, I don't know, about 30 of these jars filled with brushes, but I kind of just try and stick to the basics for you guys for paint night. So I've got a flat 1-inch brush here. And, you know, if you don't have everything that I do, that's fine. Just use what you have. It's not a big deal. I'm using a small bristle brush. It actually looks like a round brush, but it is a bristly top. I do have a round brush here. I'm using, this one is actually a 3/4 inch flat, and it has a slight angle. This is a cheap brush. Like, this one's expensive, this one's cheap. I'm just a kind of an eclectic painter, and I just use what I have too. All right, and a detailed brush. You can also use a script liner if you have that. And you guys, I might actually try out my new brush. I just got at Hobby Lobby, Master's Touch. This one's a 1/2 inch angled, and I think I'm gonna love it. This one was $10.99. It is size I guess a half size. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to too much of that stuff. I just kind of look and feel and grab what I like. All right. And if you miss seeing me shop and what we got at Hobby Lobby, all you guys got to do is just scroll down my page. I got all those videos right there waiting for you. Okay, so for colors tonight, we're going to be using black, white, yellow, pink, blue, light brown, dark brown. I can't even talk. Dark brown and green. I don't have pink laid out right here because I'm just going to mix pink with white and red. So these are the colors that I'm using tonight. Also my floating medium or my matte fluid medium, because these two containers are almost out. So actually I need to turn around and grab another one because I imagine I'm probably going to need that. So let me grab that matte medium. Matte medium, where are you? The matte fluid. Okay, there we go. It's been one of those days. You guys get those days where you just like forget everything you're trying to say. I'm just using cheap paints, Apple Barrel from Walmart. I mean, seriously, you guys, you can use tube paints if you want, but it's super easy, super easy. I did not set up more events yet because I've been super busy trying to get Creative Warriors open to the public for the first time, which will happen on Mother's Day, May 9th. But I will set up another event just like I did for this one for you. So just keep your eyes on the page and you will see those happening. Okay, we ready? Ready to go? I know I've been blabbing enough. So let's get going here. And don't forget, you don't want to miss my unboxing. Mom, I'm so excited. My birthday is this month, and Mom sent me something for my birthday, and she can't keep a secret like me. All right, I can't keep a secret either. She already told me what it was, so, but I have not opened it yet, and I'm not going to tell you guys what it is either, because it'll be a nice surprise, and trust me, it's going to be cool. You're going to like it. And seriously, I can't wait to see what it looks like. All right, so I'm going to just check, see what you're saying here, and then we're going to get going. Katrina said, thank you to Mom. That's nice. Love that brand of paper. Marcy says, yes, me too. She's ready. Happy birthday. Thanks, Deb. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, now, I didn't even write out my steps. I'm just looking at my reference over here. So we are going to start with, the pink in the sky. All right, so we want to get some white. If you're using tube paints, that's fine. You guys can use whatever you want. Really doesn't matter. Shake them up, though, if you got these. Sometimes they get little gooberies in them, but no worries. Don't worry about that. The pin that I put on here for you, that link to the workshop, it doesn't cost anything for you guys. So you just go ahead and jump on there. I have like a couple quick questions, like, you know, when you go to join, and then I will add you. Okay, so what I'm doing is I just wet my flat brush, and I'm putting it in my white, and I'm just grabbing a corner piece, like a little bit of red. I mean, I don't want too much. I'm not even really mixing it, because you know me, I like to just kind of go without mixing it. I'm going to go back and forth right like in the middle, kind of in the middle of the surface here. And usually I get cat hair on here, but tonight I had a little something else. I don't know what that is, but we're artists. We can paint right over it. Adds to the texture, right? Adds to the texture. I'm so excited to turn the camera around after and talk to you guys. And by the way, I just kind of look pretty ragged. I went out and took a long walk today. Anybody else get out and walk today? We got to get out from behind those easels and the computers, right? Especially when we're working online, and get a little exercise. All right, so are we fuzzy here? Let's see. Can we see? I need to write myself a note and see if I can stop the focus on my phone, because we have issues with that. Sorry, it's just one of those things about working on the computer. I just got to kind of roll with it. So we're going to roll with it. All right, so I just rinsed that off. And now we are going to start with, wait, what are we going to do? We're going to do, we already got a lot of white on here. So we're going to do, I almost laid this down. I got to remember, underneath is still wet. We're going to take our blue. I'm going to put some blue in here. Kind of, to me, it looks like I did like straight blue. So I'll probably do, yeah, I'll probably do some straight blue. I could have mixed a little black, but I don't want to confuse you. Let's do that. So I'm just going to rinse off that 1-inch brush, and we're going to grab some white. I'm using a foam dinner plate, by the way. I like these with my fluid craft paints because that way they don't run into the other sides. So just like I did with the red and the white, I'm doing white with some blue in it. And I'm going to go right across the top. Right across the top here. Right across the top. I didn't even put any medium on my tray yet, but that's all right. Now, we want it to lighten up as we go down. So we are going to grab a glob of white. We're going to paint right underneath that line that we did and kind of bring it up into it. So right on the bottom and then bring it up into it. And nothing has to be completely blended, right? You guys see me, I just pick up quick globs here and there. I don't even blend it all the way because I like how it looks on my canvas when it's not completely blended, because you can see these beautiful different tones through here. Do you see the different whites kind of mixing it with the darker blues? Now the multimedia paper dries fast, so now I got a little bit of a problem because the pink is dry but the blue is not. So what I'm going to do is, you know, you could either pick up a little bit of medium and try and blend that. What am I saying? I poured a whole bunch of medium on here. This is my clear floating medium. I'm just going to try that, see if it works. And if it doesn't, then we will put like a little bit of white on there and kind of blend. But yeah, it seems to be working. All right, so all I did was grab a little medium and just kind of blend that. If you are painting on a canvas, you probably don't even have to do that step because your pink probably was not dry and you probably could just blend that together. But that's it. That's all I did for the sky, you guys. It was so easy. Easy, easy. What do you guys think? Was that easy? Mom says, your birthday technically is over. You are due April 27th and decided not to make your debut until May 26th. You always were stubborn and determined. Oh, gosh, yeah. Mama, I didn't realize I was an entire month overdue. Oh, my God. I mean, well, my daughter, Justine, my first one, she was a month overdue as well. Anybody else way overdue as a baby? Or did you have one that was way overdue? My gosh, I was cooking in there for a while. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, looks good, Marcy says. All right, so now we are going to add, at this point, a little bit of black to our palette. If you already have your colors on your palette, that's fine. No big deal. I need to grab a little piece of paper towel because this seems to happen a lot with, you know, just craft acrylic paints. They just kind of goober up and stuff. When they're really super like hardened, then you can just like pull it off. But this one was kind of wet. So I've got a little black on me, but oh well, that's the way it is. Deb says 10 days over on both my kids. Oh my gosh, Deb. Oh man, when you go over and it's like, I am so sick of being pregnant. If another person asks me, then I'm just gonna scream. I remember those days. Oh my goodness. Both of mine, Deb, because I have 2 daughters, and both of mine were overdue as well. And yeah, that was not fun. So Justine was like almost an entire month overdue, like I was apparently. And Emily was like a couple weeks over. So, all right. So I poured way too much black, but that's because I had a big goober in it. Okay. That just happens with acrylics, and I paint with acrylics. So I'm just getting some black. I'm going to mix it in with my blue. Mix it in with my blue. It doesn't have to be perfectly mixed, by the way. And we are going to just start. We're going to make a line with we're still using that 1-inch flat. And we're going to use the chiseled edge and hold our breath and make the straightest line you possibly can. Hopefully you didn't have too much coffee today, because that might not be good to make a straight line. Like me, I can't even do what I'm saying. I'm like not making my straight line here. All right, that's okay. It just looks like some little waves like way in the background. Maybe it's like all the heat from the earth coming up. Who knows? See, I like to just kind of make myself feel better and say what the mistake is. I don't know where the heck I put my tape. I was going to show you guys, but I can't find my tape. I'm looking at my studio right now. Literally just had it before I started my video. But anyway, we just used blue and black with our 1-inch flat on the chiseled edge. Drag this across to make the horizon line for our ocean. All right. Now we're just going to kind of put it on. I'm not going to hold it straight this way. I'm just going to kind of tilt it a little bit and just kind of get some more color right under there. More color. Just bringing it down a little bit. But anyway, I was just looking for my tape because basically I'm just like back and forth. Like I'm doing it slow to show you, but that's it. And you can do it super fast, just like buttering toast. That's how I say that little technique is buttering toast. But I was trying to look for my tape, you guys, because I wanted to show you, but I'll just tell you. You can, if you're scared about getting that horizon line, you can actually put tape. Once this part's dry, you can put tape across it. It needs to be masking tape or painter's tape. It cannot be packing tape or scotch tape. And then you paint right underneath it. And then when that's dry, you just pull it off and you'll have a chiseled line right there. All right, so I'm still using the same colors, the black and the blue, and I'm going to dip in my white. Dip in my white and the black and blue. So those three colors together. And then we're just going to butter some more toast back and forth. We don't want to go up too far in the first portion that we made because we want to see some different depths in there. Okay? So we want to see that dark blue in the background. And then as the ocean comes cleaner. Let's hope the oceans can come cleaner pretty soon. That would be terrific, wouldn't it? I'm sick of swimming in a red tide when I go away from my anniversary. Tim and I are like, we can't do this anymore. We need to find a different place to go. All right. But basically, I wanted you to see, you want to see those two tones. Now, here's a little quick trick. Wipe your brush like that, get that chiseled edge going, just touch it back into that lighter color that we made, but make sure it's really a chiseled edge. And then we're just going to touch down and drag a tiny bit, touch down and drag a tiny bit, like you're kind of just like wiping something swiftly, you know? And we're bringing that into the darker blue, just so that it's going to kind of look like there's like there's waves in the background. Let me bring this up to show you. So sort of like, I don't know if the light is okay, if you can see that. You can see a little bit in there. So it just gives like a different dimension to, giving us more dimension to our ocean. Now we can do the same thing with the dark. So we grab a little more black and blue together, get that chiseled edge going, and then we do the same thing. We just touch down and kind of drag. We don't want these all to look unison. We want to mix it up, make some lines smaller, some bigger, some shorter, but we all want them to go the same way. We want them to be horizontal. If they're a little bit like back and forth like this, that's okay. Closer the better for something like that, but that's all right. As long as they're not going, you know, crazy ways, we want to make sure that everything's kind of going horizontal here. All right, I'm going to rinse off that 1 inch flat. We're rinsing that off, and I'm going to see Lisa Marie saying, full 38 weeks with twins, no bed rest, but I thought I was going to die. Oh my gosh, Lisa Marie, you are I don't know, you deserve an award for that, because I would not be able to deal with my life. I know, Mom, my meme was pregnant for 21 years. Hopefully we don't have too many men on here. They're going to be like, what are we doing talking about being pregnant? I want to paint. But yes, my meme, Corinne's mom, had 16 kids. So yes, she was pregnant for, Mom, when my kids were little, well, everybody, I'm talking to all of you, but when Justine and Emily were, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, I needed green. I'm sorry. We need green too. If you don't have green, we can mix it. You can mix it with, blue and yellow and, black, actually. Mom says, I can tell it will be awesome already. Oh, thanks, Mom. Yeah, I'm super excited. Okay, I'm just using like a Christmas green, it says, because we are going to start adding some green into our Wait a second. I got to think. Do I want to do that first or do I want to do that after? I think I'm going to do that after. I think I'm going to do that after. I'm sorry. I get those moments just because I'm looking and trying to see how the best way to show you how to do this. So I'm just trying to move some paints out of the way here. But that's okay. Get some green on your palette. That's fine. We're going to need that. If you don't have green, you can mix it with black. A little bit of black into yellow will give you like a earthy green. You can add a little bit of blue to that. Will give you more of a brighter green. And we kind of want like a turquoisey green. So forget what I just said with the black. Just go with, just mix your green with blue and yellow. That's all. That will give you more of a, and probably more on the yellow side. All right, no, we're gonna do the sand first, and then we're gonna put that green on. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do the sand and then the green. Katrina says, I just did my first painting of water over the weekend, and I wish I had seen this tutorial prior. So simple, but already looks great. Oh, thank you, Katrina, and good. I'm so glad that you found me. I mean, we do paint night right now every single Tuesday night right here on the page. So you're welcome to join us. I do have all the recordings of all the paint nights that I've done right here on the page as well. So you can find them all. And yeah, we've got tons to choose from, and I'm glad that I'm helping out. All right, so we are going to go with making the sand color. I'm going to show you how to do that with, we are going to do a little bit of yellow. If you guys run out of room, you might have to get another plate. Actually, I have one underneath here as well. I'm going to show you how to mix this sand color. So we're going to do yellow, white, and we're going to do a light brown. I'm going to be using the nutmeg. I love this stuff. Actually, I think I have to open another one. Is this? Oh no, it's open. Okay, and the nutmeg. I probably shouldn't have put it next to my green, but oh well, that's how I roll. Mom says it reminds me of OOB, then the sunset behind you in the west when you face something. Oh, this makes for those awesome soft colors that you are using. Yes. Mom, thanks for raising me on the ocean. I loved it. I loved it. It was amazing. All right, so we're just sticking our 1-inch flat into that light brown. I'm just pulling out some goobers. The light brown and white. And we're just going to grab a glob of yellow, mix that together, and that is our sand color. I'm not even mixing everything. Look, you guys, I'm just globbing it up. So the light brown, white, and a glob of yellow. And then we are going to actually kind of make this at an angle. So just back and forth like this. You don't have to worry about coffee hands here. You can just go for it and just mix it back and forth. If you want it lighter, then grab some more white. That's all you do is just grab some more white. If it's too yellow, then grab some more brown. And that's how we roll. Just the brown, the white, and a little bit of yellow. All right. And you can see once again, because I'm a real fast painter, I like to get things done, especially when you become a creative warrior and I show you how to organically market your paintings. You know, I've made a living for the past 3 years just selling my acrylic paintings, and I paint quick, and I give you all the rights to my designs on how to do that in Creative Warriors. I walk you through step by step how to market yourself. It's a process, and that's why I created a membership, and I'm super excited to share it with you. Okay, so that's it. That's for the sand. We got the major part of the sand done. Mom says the sun rises over the Atlantic and sets over the Pacific. Oh, right, Mom. Thanks for telling everybody and reminding us. Some of them might say, yeah, I already know that, but sometimes I need to be reminded of that kind of stuff. All right, now we are going to take our round brush. We're going to put some substance to this blob of sand we put down. So I'm wetting it in in my jar. Make sure you got your jar of water. I have 2 jars next to me because, oh, I just actually knocked water all over this, but, oh, I just picked it up with my sweatshirt. And then we just drag it like this and roll it. Drag it and roll it across your paper towel so you get like a nice edge and it doesn't ruin your brush. All right, so we're going to pick up some white, more white with that color. I'm just rubbing it into our sand color, but I'm picking up mostly white. I'm just going to go like this, back and forth, like little, sort of like what we did here, but this is more of like a twist of the wrist. And we're just going to kind of go like this in a few spots. It's basically just going to mimic like, you know, like different footprints maybe, and just like the way that the sand is. So this one is just kind of, you know, touching down and dragging as well, but kind of flicking our wrist. And this is just one technique I'm showing you guys. You guys can make this any way you want. If you don't like these little marks, you don't have to put them in. If you love them, leave them. It's your painting. You're the artist. And what is an artist? I mean, if you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm an artist, let me tell you something. Look it up on Google, because the definition of an artist is someone who draws or paints and does that for, you know, a career or a hobby. So, hello, if you're painting with me, you're an artist. There you go. Congratulations. All right, so you can do like as many layers across this as you want. You can even like touch down and just kind of drag it. Just the whole point here is just to make some sort of like you know, texture, some texture to it, basically. Some texture. All right, we're going to do a little more texture on that in a little while, but I am going to just rub this brush in circles across my paper towel. I'd show you, but I'm not going to keep moving the camera. And then I'm going to get the excess paint off. And now I'm swishing it around in my jar, of water, pulling it back on the paper towel. And then I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to finish our water. We are going to pick up, first I'm going to turn my paper towel around. All right, we're going to pick up our flat 1 inch again, and we are going to mix that greenish color. So I'm using green and a little bit of yellow, and I'm going to grab some blue as well because I want it like kind of a turquoisey, more green, but, you know, kind of a turquoisey. And I'm just pushing that right in there on my brush. Okay, look, you can see there's blue and green on there. It doesn't matter. And we're just going to swiftly go back and forth from underneath right up into the water line. And hi, Dorothy, I see you popping on. I can't read what you're saying yet, but I will go back and look. Thank you for being here very much. Dorothy's a creative warrior. Marcy's a creative warrior. If I have any other creative warriors on here that I missed, go ahead, call me out. Be like, hello, you forgot to say hi to me. So I'm picking up some blue, some green. Once again, I'm just going back and forth quickly with that 1 inch flat brush with the blue and the green. And it's okay, like this part that I just pulled down has a little more blue in it. That's all right. It doesn't matter. It's good to have different colors going on because that's what's going to make your painting interesting, by having those different colors. All right, now I'm just kind of using the chiseled edge quickly to kind of go through that. You know, just blend it in there as best you can. So, okay, Dorothy, I thought that I missed something, but you said hi to me. So thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm so glad that you're here. Yes, Marcy, I like that green color too. Super awesome. All right, I just rinsed my brush, and I'm going to grab, if you don't have medium, that's fine. Grab a little bit of water and put that on the end of your brush. I'm just using the floating medium, going right here, and I am just blending and mixing the water right into the sand so that it's not such of a hard line there. So just kind of mixes that right in there, kind of brings that in a little bit. Let me see if I can give you a closer look, just so that it doesn't look so bold, or, you know, sometimes I forget words while I'm trying to paint. All right, so now here's a little trick. We're going to pick up a little more color of the green with our medium, or make sure you have a wet brush, but not dripping, but a wet brush. Quickly now, we are going to just do a couple of scoops right onto the sand. And we want this to be kind of transparent. We want that to be kind of transparent. All right. So like this, can you see? Like, that's not perfect. I just did some little swooshes there onto the sand. And it's, you can see through it a little bit. You can see that it's a bit transparent there. Thank you if you're just joining me. I'm Amy from Amy Parker Art and founder of Creative Warriors. We are doing paint night. We do paint night on Tuesday nights right here on my page. Amy Parker Art, 7 p.m. EST. You're welcome to join us anytime. We are painting with acrylics. We're painting an ocean scene tonight, and super fun. We've got some beautiful colors going on. And Mom, I see that you're writing a book, and I will have to get back to you because I'm trying to get through the painting, but I will go back. You guys know I always do that. All right, so now we're going to put some more little waves and stuff going on in here. So how are we going to do that? All right, well, let's dip into our white, and let's pick up a little more green and white, okay? So we want this a lot lighter than our green color we put down. Same thing. On that chiseled edge, we're just kind of back and forth, making little back and forth motions. We can go right up into the blue with it and bring it down into the green. When we get down here, we want to kind of scoop it a little bit where it comes to like the water's coming right onto the sand. We just want to scoop it a tiny bit. But back here, we want to keep it all completely horizontal and make some smaller, longer, make some shorter, and just get a little bit of, like motion going on here, little motion. So we just grabbed a little bit of a lighter color, say what we were just using here. I just grabbed a little bit of, lighter, with the white, and now I'm just wiping my brush like that, back and forth. I didn't even rinse it. Now I'm going to pick up, let's see what color we want to do in there. Now I'm going to pick up some of that grayish blue. So the grayish blue that we did was black, blue, and white. Picking up some of this kind of medium, the medium color here. We got the dark, then the lighter, and then the green. So we're going with like the lighter blue. And we're also pulling that down a bit into the green that we started. This is just going to help it blend. We don't need to go down through the whole thing, just kind of across where the green kind of starts. And that will just kind of blend it in even a little bit more. So now we have another color in the green, which looks super cool. All right, now... Now I'm going to, what am I going to do? Actually, I want us to we're going to still use that brush there. We're going to actually grab a deeper color green. We're just going to go with some straight green, and I want to see how this looks. Give me a moment. Yep, this looks good. All right, so you just want a darker color and put a few more of those little lines back and forth into the green so that we have some light highlights and we have some darker low lights, and that looks pretty darn cool like that. Okay, we can even touch a little bit into our blue back here. We don't want to do a lot. We don't want to take over, the beautiful designs that we made. But as you can see, there's all kinds of different, like little waves going on now. And that didn't take long for us to make it all. All right, so I'm rinsing off that, that flat brush and then back and forth across my paper towel. We're going to dry that. And we are going to take our smaller flat brush, okay? So take your smaller flat and then wet that. We are actually going to, let me test something here. See how that looks. Yeah, I want a deeper color. I want a deeper green even than what we just did. So I'm just putting a tiny bit of black into green. And let me try it first, but I think this is going to look good. Let's see here. Yes, okay. So, you know, if you don't want yours as dark, you don't have to. You can most certainly lighten it up. Like, I'm even going to lighten it up a little bit. But I'm just grabbing that 3/4 inch flat. And we just want a darker green. We want to touch down there, kind of bring that out. This is going to be our wave. And then we are going to kind of pull this down right here and then drag that out. So I don't really know how to explain the shape of that. You guys are just going to kind of have to look at it. And then I'm going to do a couple of darker, like little drag marks, like right underneath the wave. Just like we did with the bigger brush, but I'm just going to make a few of the darker ones, like I said, like right kind of underneath where the wave is, like that, like so. All right, I will bring this up a little closer so you can kind of see what's going on. Don't freak out and don't think about it too much. Just, sorry, I got to focus. Don't think about it too much. Just go ahead, touch down that brush, make it thicker in one spot, and then drag it out to infinity. Right here, we're just going to make like a little hump, and then we're going to drag some pieces down like this. This is where the wave's crashing over. And then we drag this one out to infinity. Then we just make a couple of darker lines back and forth right below that wave. Okay, let me see what you're saying. I'm going to give you a chance to catch up, and I'm going to take a drink of water. Okay, Mom said, I saw the closed ocean painting today, probably an Atlantic picture, at about the time the sun is nearly setting in the west. The beach that you are painting right now was covered totally with the incoming tide clouds reflected into the, I feel like I'm reading a poem, Mom, into the incoming layer of the tidal waters, as well as the silhouette of a girl with a ponytail jogging. Boy, you really know how to explain stuff really well. That was beautiful. Thanks for that, Mom. Your water looks so alive. You are a painter of water. Thanks, Mom. You always told me that. Scatter a couple shells, seaweed, and a piece of driftwood. Yeah, Mom, we are going to be making some seaweed in here. So, yeah, get ready for that. All right, I'm just rinsing that brush off, and I'm going to take a swig of my water. You guys let me know. How's everybody doing? Yeah, anybody need time to catch up? You doing good? We doing good? We ready to move on in a second? Or what? I know, I'm talking a lot. Don't forget to hang around to the end, because I'm going to turn the camera around, and hopefully I don't scare you, because I don't look so hot. I just am having a lazy day. But I'm going to unbox what Mom sent me for my birthday. Can't wait for you guys to see it. Oh, God, I guess I needed that. Look how much water I just drank. Cheers to you guys. Cheers, cheers. Okay. All right, let's see. What do I want to do next? We're going to do, and we're actually going to put this away. We're going to, what are we going to do? Yeah, we're going to grab our round brush again, because we're going to make our seaweed right now. So we're going to grab our round brush, wet that, drag it like this across paper towel. And we are going to grab our dark brown. So I'm using a burnt umber here. So I'm just going to shake this up and put some umber on my plate. And we're going to just kind of stick our round brush in there, roll that back and forth. We're going to grab a little bit of our light brown as well, because we don't want it too dark, but we want it darker than the sand color that we made. Okay. And we're just going to go, we're going to kind of make, not a straight stiff line, but we're going to kind of make like a little bump all through here of like a darker sand color. So I'm just going to go back and forth. Let me see. My umber. I'm mixing them together. My umber and my what did I say that light one? Oh, the nutmeg. All right, so I'm just taking my round and I'm just flicking again, kind of back and forth. We don't want this to look unison. We want this to make some pieces higher than others, make some longer, some shorter, make some just touch down like you're just like texting or something, and then drag some around. Just kind of, you know, pull some back towards you, push some away from you. Just make some longer, some shorter, and you can leave some sporadic holes in there. That's totally fine. Just making like a cool little design right there. We're still not painting this corner. If you did, don't worry, but we're going to put some grass and a little bit of flowers there. All right, so that's all we're doing with that color now. I'm going to rinse this. I'm going to rinse this off, and we are going to grab that smaller flat, 3/4 inch flat, and we're going to get that chiseled edge. Just dip it in your water, drag it like that. Now we're going to get some black, and you can put a dab of blue in it if you want to. A lot of times I do that. We're going to get some black on there, on that brush, and on, not covering all of this up, sort of on top, but bringing it down into what we just made. We're making some different shapes and forms with this black and that smaller flat brush. So I'm just touching and kind of scooping up and tapping it. And this is going to mimic some seaweed in here. You can make some that are like bigger blobs, some smaller. You can even leave some that, you know, doesn't have any on it. You can pull a few pieces down the bottom if you want of the browns that we put in, but concentrate mostly on the top and just bringing it down into it. And that is going to mimic, like I said, our seaweed. Now we are going to rinse that 3/4 inch brush, then lay that down on our paper towel, and we are going to wet our detailed brush, we are going to dip it back into our black. A little bit of blue is kind of cool. And we are going to use the tip of this to make some little dots through our seaweed and a little bit of squigglies. Oh, I tried to get up and I almost knocked my chair over. So we're just going to touch down like you got coffee hands. We're just making little dots and dragging some pieces. This needs to be really wet, okay? So make sure that you keep, sorry, I got to move it for a second. You make sure that that brush, that detailed brush is really wet. So it should be like sort of ink consistency. But these little lines you can make some that are kind of going up, and, you know, some little pieces that like look like sticks a little bit. That's fine. And you go through there, and we just made some seaweed. When you look at it from far away, it really is going to appear to be that. Why is that popping up? Mom, your face is just like enormous on my page for some reason. My cursor, when I almost knocked my chair over, I guess I hit my mouse and it made my mother's face like blow up on my screen. That's cool, Mom. Hi. I feel like you're right here with me. All right. Rinse off your detailed brush and then lay that on your paper towel. Mom says, yes, looking good. Okay, cool. Thanks, Mom. All right. Now let me think for a second. What do I want to give you guys for the next? All right, we're gonna do. We're gonna take the smaller flat. We are going to dip it into our white, tiny bit of blue, but mostly white. That might be too blue. Let me see if I can get some other white. There we go. We want that chiseled edge again. And we are just going to, like we did before, we're not going to go too crazy, but we're going to make sure that that brush is straight up. We're just putting in a few little white caps throughout the very far back here. And we're going to bring some of those closer in. When you bring them closer in, make them a little bit longer, because when they're further away, they're going to be shorter, and when they're closer to us, they're going to be longer. Now, not always. Now, you can see I got some shorter pieces in here, but for the most part, try and make them longer as you move, as the ocean moves closer to you. Now, we are going to drag a little bit across that dark there. We're not going to worry about the wave too much, but I did put that line in. We're going to make some white caps here, a little bigger and closer. Once again, I'm just using the 1-inch flat brush. We don't want to go too crazy. We don't want to get rid of all of the beautifulness that we put in here, okay? So just put those on. I know it will start looking good, and you'll be like, oh my God, I got to put tons on. But don't go too crazy. Okay, so we're going to pick up more of that white. If you want to use straight white, you can. I'm just putting a tiny bit of blue in it. All right, now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold this on my chiseled edge, and I'm going to drag it like this. I'm going to make an X in here, pull this down here. And I'm curving a little bit. I'm making curves. Just like that. Yours don't have to be exactly like mine, but we are making the shoreline, just kind of outlining it with the white and a little tiny bit of blue. All right, now we are going to put that in the water for a second, that brush. Put that in the water, grab your detailed brush, and grab some more white and a tiny bit of blue, and load up the water. We don't want it completely dripping, but we want this, once again, roll your little brush back and forth in it, because it should be quite wet. Should be quite wet like ink. We are going to go right underneath where this wave is going to be, where the hollow part is. We're going to start on the bottom, and we're just going to jiggle it. And we're going to make a few little lines that are like little squiggly lines, kind of going up into our wave. Like that, little squiggly lines going up into our wave. How easy was that? All right, now go ahead and we'll wash that one off. Marcia says, looks good. Hello, Jenny. Thanks for being here. Jenny's one of my business friends who's also an artist. Thanks for being here, Jenny. I appreciate it. Mom, I think you probably wrote something else that I can't see right now. I'll have to go back and look. Sorry. All right, now we are going to take our bristle brush. I have it looks like a round brush, but it's a bristle. It has a little tip on it. You can use another bristle brush if you want. You could even use one like this size would be fine. I may even use this. If you don't have a bristle brush, I would suggest to just use that 3/4 inch and kind of just use this piece to kind of make the little splashes of waves we're going to do. But basically, this is the one I'm going to use right now. All right, so you want to wet that and dab it on your paper towel. You want to grab some white, just push it right into the white. And you can be kind of rough with these kind of brushes. We are going to go right where we put those squiggly lines, right on the top, and we're going to kind of go, twirl, not twirl it, but touch it down and twirl twirl it with your fingers. Touch it down, twirl it with your fingers. We want to go underneath the dark part, and then we are going to pull this out and kind of just into infinity. Mist it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. But this part right here on the top of the wave is where we want the most dots, okay? Dots touching down with our bristle. And we don't want to pull this out too far. We're actually going to probably just use our, well, I'm going to try it right now. I'm just going to grab my flat brush, put some white on my flat brush, and right there, just kind of pull that out a little bit more. Pull that out a little bit more and touch down on that. All right, doesn't that look awesome? Jenny, I'm so happy that you finally caught me too. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Woo, woo. You're amazing. Thanks, Jenny. All right, we're going to take that bristle again. You can go, you can touch down and put some little beautiful little, you know, like a little sparkly kind of thing on top of a couple of these like little white caps that we did. We don't want to go too crazy, like I said, because, you know, when you do something like this, it's like, oh, this is fun. And then, you know, like I said, you don't want to go too crazy, but you can just touch down with your bristle a little bit. But we do want to get some more white on that bristle, and we want to touch down right along some areas where we put that, put those little lines onto the sand, because that's going to kind of look foamy. You know, when you're walking along the beach and the water just runs over your toes and you're standing in the sand and it has like that foam, kind of frothy foam, whatever. You guys are probably laughing at me. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to paint and talk at the same time. But yeah, you can even like turn it. Like this has like a cool effect too. If you like turn the edge of it, you can kind of blend it a little bit so it doesn't look so much like the wave. It just kind of, you touch down and kind of like drag it and twist it a little bit. Just kind of give it that little foamy look. Foamy look. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, we are getting there, people. I hope you are having a super fabulous time. Do not forget, when I'm done this painting with you, don't pop off. I'm going to turn the phone around, hopefully not scare you because I don't look that great. But I've got something awesome to do with you. I'm going to unbox something that my mom got me for my birthday. I did not see it yet, and I can't wait. So it's going to be super fun. All right, now we are going to, what are we going to do? Okay, we're going to grab the flat brush. We're going to stick it in our, what color do I want here? Color do I want? We're going to stick it in our green. We're going to grab a little bit of yellow. Green and a little bit of yellow. This doesn't all have to be perfectly mixed. Just green, a little bit of yellow. And I'm using a little floating medium, but you can put water. That's fine. On the chiseled edge, we are going to touch down and then just pull up. Touch down, pull up. I am putting the corner of the brush down. Then I am dragging just the corner. Quick, like I'm whipping it. but we want to touch down right in that middle point and then pull up. We're going to have these different lengths in here. These are little grass clusters. Say that 10 times fast. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're just doing a little bit of that. There we go. Now, we throw that in the water. Grab your round brush. We're going to grab black and green. So we want a dark green going on. Just touch into the black and grab some green. Touch into the black, grab some green. We are just going to go back and forth like this, sort of like we're doing a Van Gogh painting, like we did the Starry Night. And if you missed it, it's here on the page, along with I don't know, maybe 30 other step-by-step paintings that I've done with you guys. Maybe even more than that. I don't know. We've been painting for a while, but we're touching down. We're kind of going back and forth. We're using that round brush. We're using the tip of it, and we're just touching down into our greenery down here. This is like a little tiny bit of a bank-in or something. We want to make sure we get that dark green in there because we're going to put some highlights on, but it's not going to look good if we don't have some different tones going on. So we're touching down, moving our, like kind of twisting the round brush back and forth. We don't want it to look unison. We never want it to look the same because in nature, things do not look cookie cutter. We need to make sure that we mix this up and kind of move things around. Now, looking at my grass, I can tell that I want a couple darker pieces going through my grass. So I'm just going to use that flat angled and go right in here. And I'm just going to put some darker pieces of grass in those clusters that I did, which is kind of cool too, because that's going to give us more of dimension. All right, so we got that. And now we are going to grab our round brush again. And we are going to get a lighter green. So we're just going to dip into our white. And we're just going to grab a lighter green. Just make it a little lighter. And we're not going to do as much as we did with the dark. We're just touching down in a few places to highlight it. Mostly concentrating it on the top area. Not so much on the very bottom because we want it to look like the sun's probably hitting that. Okay, now we're going to make our birds, and then we're going to come back and make some roses in here. All right, so we want to take our detailed brush or your script liner. I love to use my script liner right here. Script liner is just a detailed brush with a longer bristle edge on it. But I'm going to use my detail just to show you it can be done. We are just dipping into white alone. Just white, rolling it back and forth, getting that loaded on there. We don't want it too clumped up because we want to make a bird. We are going to make just an M. We're going to make a dragged out M. Dragged out M. I'm going to show you how to make another one. You make a V. Actually, I better hold this up because I don't even know if you guys can even see that. Let me get some more white on my brush. Give me one moment. Okay. So they're very light. I'm using, white on the light blue here. So here's the V. I just do one down, sort of like a check mark, but I like kind of whisk that one side of the check mark out. Usually it's best if you're making something in clusters to do odd numbers. So I normally would do 3, but I know you probably couldn't see what I was doing. I'm going to make another one of the M so you can see that again. So the M is just a stretched out M. So there's 4. I'll do one more. Stretched out M. Like that. So we just did M's and a couple of V's. perfect. You can put your birds wherever you want. They do not have to be right there. It's totally fine. Don't forget, you guys, we're almost done, and I'm going to turn the camera around. I want you to see the unboxing. You get to see my birthday present that Mom sent me. Like I said, she told me what it was, but I have not seen it yet, so I'm super excited. All right, as soon as your paper towel looks like this, throw it away, please, because we don't need all that mixing in with our water. If your water looks like this, grab another jar, because we are going to be painting some pink roses, and we don't want those to look horrible. Okay, so I'm going to, let me see, what am I going to do? Am I going to use my, no, we're going to use the round brush again. The round brush. And you know, I'm just going to go for it and paint some white on white. Boy, that would look beautiful, right? Some white on white. This is still a little bit wet. You can hit this with the blow dryer if you want. I do have my blow dryer right here, but I don't have any more cords. I mean, outlets I can plug it into because I'm using them at the moment. But you can hit that quickly with the blow dryer, or you can just paint wet on wet like I'm going to. All I did was pick up a blob of white and stick it into my red, just kind of mix it around so that I have a pink. And then I'm going to touch down, and strategically I'm just pulling down, touching it ever so slightly and pulling down like into the center, like how we had a center point with these clusters of pieces of grass. I'm going to hold this up closer so I can show you. We are just going to, these are like the wild roses you find at the beach. Touch down and just kind of pull towards the center. All right. Let me grab some more. So we got 3 on there right now. We want to have, we could either leave it 3, or we could put a few more in. Well, we want to have odd numbers. Odd numbers looks the best. All right, touch down. Touch down. Pull it to the center. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so do not get all like freaked out, okay, if they kind of look like blobs to you, because they look even better as soon as we get the darker color in there. And what I'm doing is I'm touching down into my red and then a tiny bit of pink, mostly red. And then I'm going to just put another color on these roses without coloring everything that we just did. I'm just touching down quickly to kind of get a red on there. It basically is like a dark pink, but where it's wet on wet, it's going to blend into like a pink color. All right, now we are going to grab our detailed brush. Our detailed brush, once again, we're going to go straight into yellow. Straight into yellow with a tiny bit of white. Straight into yellow and then a tiny bit of white. And we want that right on the very tip of our brush. And we're just going to touch down in the middle of our roses, because these are wild roses at the beach. And that's going to give it a beautiful little effect. Okay. Voila. What do you think? You guys can put shells if you want. You can put more birds. You can make your birds gray if you want, or any color you want. Now, this is very, very important. Do not forget to sign your painting. Every artist should sign their painting. And if you're like, oh, well, you know, who's going to want it, or why should I sign? Trust me, you're going to want to sign your painting. Because, well, there's a numerous reasons, but I won't go into it all at the moment. But just this one little tip for you. What happens when, you know, later on in life you don't feel like painting anymore, or, you know, there is going to come a day where we're not going to be around anymore. We want our kids to have our paintings, or, you know, our collectors, our customers, or, you know, hand pieces down in your family. So you want your name on it. So I usually sign mine down in the corner here. You can sign yours in the other corner if you want. I know I'm kind of odd. I'm going to actually grab like a yellow with a tiny bit of green because that wasn't showing up. There we go. So I'm just grabbing yellow with a tiny bit of green to sign my name. Parker. Still not showing up. I got to lighten that up even more. But I try and pick a color that is... There we go. Forgot my name. Oh, hello. I try and pick a color that's gonna, you know, accent the corner where I'm signing it. I always date it too. So 2021. There we go. And voila, we have an amazing, beautiful... Jenny says, I never used to sign my paintings. Much better now. You better be, Jenny, because you're an amazing painter. And so you better be signing your paintings, girl. And Jenny has kids, and they're going to want those, and your customers and collectors. And if you have zero right now, that's okay. Get into the business workshop that I just posted for you guys. It's free. All right, I'm going to turn you around, and hopefully